Hey, how's it going? My name is Cyrus the Great, and we're back with another Owl House video. Last time we talked about Peak, the best episode of Season 1 and the entire show so far in my opinion. But I'm sure that opinion will change later. Some episodes at later seasons might dethrone it. I heard the later episodes, especially the last ones, are the most enjoyable. But the one we're tackling today isn't gonna top it. Enchanting Grom Fright. At first I thought the title was Enchanting Grom Fight, cause I didn't notice the letter R. Then I realized, that should have been the title! Enchanting Grom Fight sounds so appropriate, considering what the plot is mostly all about. We start off with King getting exposed to the internet. Huge mistake.
That's not right.
Oh my god, Luz's mother finally had the balls to check up on her daughter. She checks up on her at quote-unquote summer camp. Only now she checks up on her? Well, not really. She has checked up on her in the pilot. This is her second time, and it has happened only now? We're nearly at the end of Season 1. This actually does make sense, at least for me. Keep in mind, her mother believes that her daughter is in summer camp, probably one of the safest and innocent places a child could ever go to. She had no reason to worry that much, unless she's a very strict mother. But from what I could tell in Chapter 1, she wasn't. I don't think she's strict at all. She's pretty lenient, which isn't a bad thing, mind you. So it makes rational sense that she didn't worry that much or became paranoid. She isn't Ming from Turning Red. By the way, I seriously thought Luz mentioned YouTube.
Don't spend all day watching YouTube, okay?
How the hell did they get the rights to that big-ass brand? Then I realized she didn't say it. She said MewTube. It sounded almost the same as YouTube. I could hardly tell the difference. Now that's what I call a good pop culture reference.
Skara, will you go to Grom with me?
Wait, you're telling me that a realistic-looking beating heart was shown on Disney Channel? Based on my research, a lot of things in this episode were cut, but this part wasn't, even though it's the most horrific thing I've seen, compared to the others that were cut. How the fuck did they get away with this? Why the fuck would they not include this to the others that got cut? I have no idea.
Watch it, nitwit.
You watch it, nitwit. You had no right to say that when you were clearly walking blindly. Luz was just standing still. You're entirely at fault there. Now apologize to her right now.
Sorry, man. That's cool.
It's about to be prom night for Hexside. Or should I say Grom night, Grom Fright, Grom Fight. Whatever. There's a reason why it's called Grom, and it's not because it's just like prom, but it takes place in a magical dimension. In fact, it's almost nothing like prom. People still go there with their dates, but the most notable thing about it is, according to Amity, every year, students must fight this monster called Grom. Hence, why it's called Grom Fight. I mean Grom Knight. Grom is a shape-shifting, mind-reading beast who can transform into the Grom King's or Grom Queen's worst fear. Amity is chosen to be the Grom Queen, therefore she's the one who must face Grom. She's the one who must face her biggest fear. Then the real party begins, I guess. This proves my point in the previous video. The Owl House has so much potential to be an amazing video game. Just think of what it could be based on this plot. It could be a boss bash game, where mostly every level is a boss fight, and the boss would be Grom. He would take different forms per level. In each level, you gotta place different characters. Different characters, different fears. Different fears, different Groms. Different Groms, different bosses per level. Please someone make that game reality. It sounds awesome if I do say so myself. Hire me so I can pitch it. Luz proposes to take Amity's place, because that's what friends do for each other. They take their friend's place if their friend is too afraid to take that place, instead of teaching them to man up, grow a pair of balls, and let them face their own music. I don't know about you, but that sounds like a much better friend to me. I need that type of friend who is willing to tell me that I'm pathetic, and that I should stop being pathetic. You get my drift? Luz's mother sent another message, but she still isn't willing to spill the beans. Well, what is she supposed to say exactly? Hey mom, I went to another dimension after following an owl who stole my stuff. People are so weird here. No, they're not people at all. They're monsters. Monsters are everywhere, and I almost got killed at some times. I totally understand where Luz is coming from. I think we all do. We tend to keep secrets from our loved ones, even our own family, because you never ever want them to worry since, well, you love them. Imagine if she did tell her the truth. Her mom would either think she's joking or be so unbelievably worried she couldn't even do anything about it since she can't go there on her own. She'd be crying for help endlessly and helplessly. It would most definitely devastate Luz. So I personally think it's best to keep this from her own mother. For now. Granted, telling her the truth would be much better since, well, they're family. Families don't keep secrets from each other, unless it's not a big deal, but this certainly is. Her mom has every right to know what the hell is going on with her. She needs to tell her the truth. Eventually. But I get it if the time is not now, considering the state of affairs. Keeping all of this from her mom is wrong, done for the right reasons. Remember what Tornado said in Miraculous London Special?
Lying to him or telling him the truth will lead to very different consequences.
The important thing about the choices you make in life is how you own up to them.
Yeah, this episode kinda reminds me of that crap, but it's way better, of course. Ignoring season 6, I haven't seen it. Let's just look back at this TV special specifically. The London special is kinda desperate. Take a look at this scene, where Chronobug and Tornado are listening to what Ladybug said. They literally stopped the plot just so they could tell the audience and convince the audience that what she did wasn't easy to do.
Right. Sorry, Bunnix.
Shut up, dude. I know what you're trying to do. You're just trying so hard to get my approval. This episode did nothing like that, thankfully. Still, her mom deserves the truth. I have been rooting for Luz a lot of times in this show, but this is one of the few times where I actually empathize with her. I gotta be honest, I was very confused and disappointed when I found out that her real biggest fear is Idolin, not accepting that she's good enough to face Grom or become a real witch. Like, what the hell, dude? Why would this be your #1 fear and not your mother uncovering the secrets you buried 10,000 feet in the sand? Do you not remember what you did to her? Thankfully, once she faced the monster, Grom transformed into Luz's mother. She walked towards the portal door or whatever and realized what her daughter had been doing, indicating that this is her real biggest fear. And that made me so proud because it just makes sense. What Luz did in the pilot is one of, if not the most massive decision she's ever made in her whole life. It's the entire reason why this show became a thing in the first place after all, so it's bound to come back and haunt her. It's bound to be her biggest fear. Why wouldn't it? God, I love the Snake House. What I do not love is the fact that Amity pussied out on the Grom fight that she was chosen for. She pussied out because her own fear is so embarrassing. Dude, don't act like you're the only one who suffers from that. Don't act like your fear is much bigger than everyone else's. It's not fair. Luz's biggest fear is literally a bigger deal than yours. It's her freaking mother, for God's sake. What's your biggest fear? Oh, it's just a stupid crush thing. Wow, that's why you pussied out? How much of a coward do you have to be to ask your friend to face their fears instead of facing yours, even though it's your responsibility in the first place? My respect for Amity has gone into an all-time low after what she did. What a freaking coward.
Luz, I don't think you're ready, but we're literally out of time.
And whose fault is that? Whose fault is it that she's the one who has to fight? Whose fault is it that she's not ready? But thanks to the Lord above, the writers made up for Amity's horrible decision by saying sorry during the fight and admitted that she should have fought her own battles. Just like that, I love Amity once again. Bravo, Vince! You dodged the bullet there. In the end, Luz officially told her mom the truth, and I am so freaking proud of her. It must have taken a lot of balls to do that. To think that something this big already happened in season 1. It's as if they know what's truly significant in the plot. They know what the audience want to see next, and they know better than to drag it on for a very long time to the point where nobody would give a crap anymore. This is such an admirable decision from the writers, I tell you what. Just imagine the disasters if they go this way. Luz told her mom the truth in season 15 or whatever. Actually, I'm not sure if that would be a bad idea, unless I saw a TV show that went that direction and ended up loving it, but I haven't so far. I'm just saying, I'm glad this transpired early on. It makes for a satisfying story. That is the blueprint of a good story. A good story can be predictable or subversive for all I care, but in my opinion, there's something a good story shouldn't miss, and that's something I've been saying for years: the execution. Of course, there are a lot of predictable stories that I don't find satisfying because they're so predictable, but there are also a lot of predictable stories that I do find satisfying because of the good writing. For instance, Amity's redemption. You can argue that this is foreseeable. I mean, you saw this coming, right? I gotta admit, I saw it coming too, but I still love it because the execution was so well done. That's why it was so awesome to see her find redemption. Same goes for Luz, giving her mom full disclosure on everything happening to her. It's all about good execution, baby. For me, that's how you can turn a cliche story into an innovative one. Just do well with the execution. However, after Luz did tell her mom everything, she got a reply implying something's wrong without her knowing. The amount of shivers I had in my body when I saw this for the first time is unexplainable. I cannot wait to see what happens next. It better not be a disappointment. The episode ends with a montage of Grom Night pictures. All in all, this was great. It has an interesting plot. It moved the story forward. I especially love this bit when it was revealed that Luz was the one who Amity was about to ask out on Grom Night. It's show don't tell at its finest. The subplot with Gustavo and King is okay, but of course I don't care about it as much as the main plot. I'm giving Enchanting Grom Fight an 8 out of 10. Satisfactory. That's about it. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more. Stay cool, stay safe, and see you next time.